of the Manchester-based brass quintet, Cobalt Brass, who you've just seen performing music by the immensely talented trombone player and composer, James Maynard. We're delighted to be able to get together and share our music with you today, and are also looking forward to sharing this virtual stage with some of our very talented musical friends, all of whom have graciously offered to produce brand new recordings of themselves, performing especially for this concert. Before we meet some of them, I'd just like to pass you over to Joe, who's going to talk a little bit about why we wanted to put this concert on for you today.
Thanks, Jack. Over the past few months, we've all been experiencing pressures that we're not used to dealing with in our everyday lives. From worrying about the health and well-being of our loved ones, to financial concerns, and not being able to do the things that we enjoy. We've all had to weather a storm that has undoubtedly taken its toll on our mental health. For some, this could be the first time in their lives that they've had to address the topic of mental well-being from a personal perspective, and for others this might represent another step in a much longer journey. Whatever your background, it's important to know that support is available and that mental health is a universal issue that you can talk to people about. As today is World Mental Health Day, we thought it'd be a fantastic opportunity to produce something to help spread awareness about the subject and also to highlight the great work that the charity Mind are doing to help those who are in need of their support. As well as spreading awareness, we'll also be looking to raise some money for Mind, so we're hoping that you will visit our Just Giving page and donate however much you feel able to spare. All the money raised will be going straight to the charity, and we'll be letting you know exactly how you can contribute over the course of the concert. But first, I think it's time for some more music. As Jack mentioned earlier, we have a number of very special guests who will be joining us virtually to perform for you today, and it's my absolute pleasure to hand you over to the first of these now.
Hi everyone, we're Chameleon and we're a Manchester-based woodwind quartet. We all studied at the Royal Northern College of Music and we're really looking forward to playing for you today.
We are not a standard woodwind quartet, as actually we are a multi-instrumentalist group. This means that each of us plays several different woodwind instruments, and you may notice a few of these around us for our piece today.
So we've decided to play you one of our favourite pieces today. It's called Colours and it's by an incredible Scottish folk group called Elephant Sessions.
We hope you enjoy the video of us performing. We just want to say a massive thank you to Cobalt Brass for organising this and for inviting us to play. So thanks a lot.
That was Chameleon, playing the Elephant Sessions track Colours, arranged especially for the group by Jess Tomlinson. Now, we've been very lucky to be able to catch up with some of our musical guests this week, and as this concert has a distinctly virtual flavour to it, we've been doing this through the medium of online video calls. Here's what happened when our very own Kieran Lister chatted to Chameleon's Cara Houghton a few days ago.
Right, I am joined by Cara Houghton of Chameleon Quartet, I think, isn't it? It was a quintet, but it is now a quartet.
It is now a quartet.
First of all, thank you very much for doing it and for a worthy cause. And obviously, for us as well, we've asked you all to do these recordings, which is never easy. So thanks for that.
Oh, thanks for asking us.
So we are obviously doing this concert for two reasons really. The main one, I guess, is to raise money for the charity Mind, and I think everyone would agree that, especially around this sort of time and the things we've been going through, is even more vital than it is usually. How have you guys been over lockdown? Has it been productive? Has it been, not productive? Or what have you been up to?
It's definitely been a combination of both. I think, as probably all musicians found, as soon as this lockdown hit, everyone was like, "Hey, we've got loads of time to practice and we're going to get so good and this will be over in like maybe 2 months and we're just going to get so much stuff done." And then it wasn't over in that amount of time. And then we realised that even though we had all the hours in the world to practice, it's not been easy. Concentration goes so fast, and you kind of get yourself into a little bit of a box. And I've always had unwavering faith for being a musician, and I've always known that's where I'm going. And for literally the first time in my life that I doubted that was over lockdown, because I was like, I can't, it's so hard to not play with people. Musicians are such sociable people and we want to play with each other. But Jess and Eleanor especially have been fantastic. They've been doing so many amazing things. Eleanor's our like tech whiz, and Jess comes up with so many amazing ideas. And we recently gained a new player over lockdown as well. So Sarah's joined us and she slotted in so well. We had our first ever rehearsal back. The first time we played with musicians again was with each other, and Sarah just slotted in immediately. It didn't feel like there was a new person in the ensemble. So yeah, it's been a mixture, but we've found it's kind of allowed us to be so much more creative. I feel like we were a creative ensemble already, but now we just feel like, well, there's really nothing stopping us. If we can continue as a group when we can't even be in the same room together, then we've got no excuse. We can do whatever we want, really. So it's definitely been a mix, and it's been hard, but they're a good group of girls and everyone really motivates each other.
So for those of you who don't know, Cara is also the Student Union's president at the RNCM, and has been working very hard over the summer and up until Welcome Week, which was last week, to introduce and welcome all the new students into the RNCM. Obviously, Cobalt all formed at the RNCM, so we understand a bit about what that's about. And the SU's always been quite at the forefront of promoting mental health charity and issues, which ties in quite nicely with what we're raising money for today.
Yeah, I remember actually last year I came to watch your concert that you did in aid of mine too, and I was really kind of, inspired is definitely too cheesy a word, but I was really pleased to see this kind of approach, because I think something that I've noticed over the course of being at the RNCM, I've been on the SU for 2 years as well, and I was welfare officer. And I think, generally society is getting so much better at kind of talking about mental health. But I still think there's more to be done. And I think people speak about mental health in a kind of, oh, you're diagnosed with this way, or you have this issue, which, that's such a harsh way to put it. I think that these conversations and charities like this exist because we always need to be proactive. Like, we need to be drawing people's attention to this. It's not just, you know, oh, I was diagnosed with this, therefore I feel this way. It's like every single person can have their own ups and downs and need support. And whilst it's really important to support your peers, charities like this are really important too, because it's people that know what they're talking about and know what they're doing, trying to provide help. So yeah, it was really refreshing to kind of see a positive concert put on to promote this charity, rather than surrounding constantly around like doom and gloom and stuff. And especially now, it's just really great that it's happening again, and I'm really glad that we're involved with it.
Oh, great. That's great to hear. I completely agree. And also, I guess the second reason we're doing this is, well, because no one can go to live concerts at the moment. So this is the next, well, it's the closest thing we can do to providing an audience. And hopefully there'll be a decent response. I'm sure there'll be thousands of you watching. Thank you very much, Cara. And I hope that we can do this again in the flesh. So
yeah, me too. Thanks, Kieran.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Now, as we've just touched on a couple of the ways that Mind is working to help those in need, it might be a good time to let you know how you can get involved with our fundraising. As Joe mentioned earlier, we've set up a Just Giving page where all of the money pledged will be given to Mind to help them continue to deliver their invaluable service to the public. The link to this page can be found in the description of this video, on our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter pages, and on our website, cobaltbrass.com. We know that these are tough times for everybody financially, so we're only asking that you donate what you feel able to. In the words of my third favourite supermarket, every little helps. Now, it's time for our next musical item, and it's from another of our fantastic guest artists. Here he is, introducing himself.
Hello, my name's Danny Addison, and I'm going to be playing one of my own tunes. It's called Colour Song. Hope you enjoy it. If minds are overrun and clouds above you create a lightless sun, I'll think of you and fold. Ties become undone. Waves of loneliness won't cease to come. I'll dream of you and but I can't make you understand that although I hold your hand, I feel as soulless as the sand. And I know you're filled with blue, but I contain a colour too, and I worry that they won't be very complimentary. But I can't make you understand that although I hold your hand, I feel as soulless as the sand. And I know you feel blue, but I can contain a color too, clouds above you run and leave a brighter sun, and I'll think of you and fall.
That was Colour Song, written and performed by Dan Addison. To chat about the song, and also to find out what he's been up to these past few months, our exquisitely handsome tuba player, Conor Gormley, caught up with Dan earlier this week.
Well, hi Dan, how you doing?
Hi Connor, I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. So, shall we start by just maybe, do you want to tell everyone a little bit about what you've recorded for the project?
Well, this is a song from my first EP called Colour Songs, and the song is called Colour Song, so it's kind of like the main one, I guess. And funnily enough, it is quite linked to mental health, I suppose. Like it's about when I guess you feel that you're not living up to the expectations that you feel you should be if you're the partner to someone, and how that can just gradually lead to a deterioration in the relationship. And you'll hear it probably in the you'll hear it in the lyrics. But yeah, I'm very happy to have been asked to do it, because I've definitely really got to appreciate the value of organisations like this since obviously all of this happened with lockdown. So
yeah. And what have you been doing to keep yourself busy throughout lockdown?
Well, I've been writing as much as I can, and done a bit of work, like done a lot of remote recording stuff. So I'm a string arranger for different artists, as well as like a songwriter as well. So I've been recording a lot from home in this sort of makeshift studio in our spare bedroom in Manchester. And yeah, like in a way at the start of it was like, oh, this is a bit of a blessing to have loads of time and no other work pressures, but then having something that breaks up your creative bursts is very good, and I'm realizing that the hard way, because just having endless days on end where you can create is not necessarily the best thing for me, although it might be for some other people. But yeah, I've been trying to create as much as possible.
Good stuff. Lovely. And well, obviously we're raising money for a great cause in mind, the mental health charity. And is there anything to you why that charity is so important?
Well, yeah, I mean, like as I said, I've sort of realised firsthand. I wouldn't say I've ever suffered seriously with mental health problems, but in lockdown was the first time where I ever felt perhaps the beginnings of depression. I don't even know if you can clinically feel the beginnings of depression. I don't know, but it was definitely the lowest I've ever felt. Being a musician and just I guess being someone that's always wanted to be self-sufficient, like I've been working as soon as I could, when I was maybe 15, 16, I worked as a cleaner. And then and then I think when I was 17 I did my first gig, and I remember getting paid after that gig, and I remember just thinking, now like I can earn money playing the bass, and that was nuts. And I remember just that feeling of like, oh, okay, I'm gonna keep doing this then, this is good. And yeah, just never really stopped gigging, and suddenly it all came to a stop, and it was like got to rely on government grants and all of that stuff. I just, you know, who would have guessed?
Yeah.
Well, Bill Gates did, but you know, he's an unusual guy.
And it's a lot as well, and one on top of the other. It's whenever all the live music stops, and then suddenly you realize that that's all your income stopped as well.
Yeah. Exactly.
It can be an awful lot to process.
Yeah, like it was weird. It was like, oh, because normally I think I would probably be a bit more spendy with certain things, but now I'm just being super careful. I'm like, I'm gonna go for the cheapest bread today. Like, first world problems, I know, but yeah, mind is such an amazing thing to have, I think, for people who really need it. And that's why I kind of was very happy to have been asked to do this, because I hope that it will help people who are in like genuine need of it.
I think at this time as well, there will be plenty of musicians and self-employed people and freelancers and everyone else who will need the resources that Mine can provide at this time as well. So it's a fantastic charity. But thank you very much for recording Colour Song for us, and look forward to hearing it.
Yeah, thank you.
Great. Thanks, Danny.
No worries. Cheers, Connell.
Cheers.
Next up, we have the last of our very special musical guests who will be performing one of their original tracks, but with a collaborative twist. Here they are to introduce themselves.
Hello, I'm Caitlin from Oystercatcher, and this next song is Dear Katie. Hope you enjoy it.
Oystercatcher's Dear Katie, which was rearranged by them especially for this concert. To talk a bit more about the duo and to find out just how many oysters they've actually caught, our trumpet player Adam chatted with Laing earlier this week.
Hey Caitlin, how's it going? You okay?
Oh, I'm good. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm really good, thanks. So, thank you so much for being a part of our concert. We've really enjoyed playing your arrangement. We were wondering if you could tell us a little something about the track.
Yeah, so Dear Katie is basically about when I was really struggling with some mental health stuff. A friend of mine who was at the time training to be a counsellor talks about this idea of sort of personifying your depression or anxiety, whatever it may be. So you then kind of have something or someone that you can kind of aim your sort of emotions and frustrations at. So it's kind of the idea of basically being able to tell your depression to F off. And
Nice.
yeah, so it's kind of, that song's basically about that, and it's kind of like almost a letter to my little evil depression devil on my shoulder. I decided to name Katie because it's kind of like close enough to Caitlin to be like my evil alter ego, and I kind of like the idea of it being like some mysterious silhouette who's dressed like me but just in the shadows.
Yeah. Oh, awesome. Is there a reason you picked that particular track to work with us with for this concert? Or
I guess it ties in with the whole, with it being for mind and things like that. And yeah, it also, it just felt like that would be a really fun track to do with you guys anyway. So
yeah, I know we had a lot of fun recording it, and yeah, it's been really cool to work with you guys actually. So you guys are a band that we've wanted to work with for quite a long time anyway. Obviously being in Manchester, and we know you guys quite well through like college and stuff like that. So how did you guys form as a band?
so it first happened, me and Tom did a little duo when I was so for anyone who doesn't know me, I was doing saxophone as my main thing, and then I had a change of heart and was like, no, I just want to sing. And so I basically needed to do like a little audition to transfer and become a vocal student. And I was really good friends with Tom, and we'd done loads of stuff together before. And I was just like, at the time, we were obsessing. There's this guy called Moses Sumney. I don't know if you know him, but he's a very cool artist. His music's awesome. And we were just kind of fangirling over this track, and we were like, oh, let's just like do a version of that together. And so Tom got some fancy pedal stuff going, and it was being all atmospheric. And yeah, it was just really good fun working together. And we were like, let's just like kind of keep on doing this and see what happens. And yeah, it just kind of went from there.
Oh, nice. So do you guys have any like particular performance memories or collaboration memories, or things that you've done that you've really, really loved doing?
I think one of our sort of favorites, musically at least, we worked with a harpist called Maddie Herbert, and she's lovely and really good. And it was just, it felt like a really great combination, like bass vocals and harp. It's just like a really interesting combination. But then we did like a load of duo gigs out in South Africa, which was obviously, it's just South Africa itself makes it a cool place to do a gig. So and we also got to see a load of giraffes, which definitely was a plus.
Nice. Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Cool. And I have to ask, I'm sorry, you probably get this all the time, but Oystercatcher, where is the name from? What was the inspiration?
People always think maybe we're just like, I don't know, fishing enthusiasts. It's not that. Basically, an oystercatcher is a type of bird, and they live they live on shores. You quite often, in various places, get them on beaches, and they just sort of potter around, looking slightly confused and making squawking noises, which I can really relate to. And, but my family live in North Wales and sort of near a lot of beaches around there, and on Anglesey there's loads of these oystercatchers pottering around, and yeah, I always just thought there was something really, really sweet about them, and yeah, it just kind of made sense.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for arranging that piece for us, and thank you so much for performing in our concert today. It's been great to have you guys along.
It's such a wonderful thing that you guys have put together, and we're very pleased and happy to be part of it.
Thank you very much.
We've sadly come to the final piece of the concert now, and before we perform it for you, we'd just like to take this opportunity to say a few thank yous. Firstly, a massive thanks to Chameleon, Dan Addison and Oystercatcher for putting together 3 amazing performances. And thank you also to the Rainford Village Hall for allowing us to safely use this space to film in today. It's been a real treat to be able to play as a group in such a fantastic setting. And most importantly, thank you to everyone who's watched and donated this evening. For those of you who still wish to make a donation to Mind but haven't yet had a chance to, please do visit our Just Giving page. We'll be announcing the total amount raised in a week's time, so you'll be able to access the page anytime up until midday on the 17th of October. Links to our Just Giving page can be found in the description of this video, on our Facebook, Instagram and Twitter pages, and on our website, cobaltbrass.com. From myself and the rest of the lads at Cobalt Brass, thanks again and take care.
Thank you.